As I usually say, this is always a wonderful evening to finally see everything put together. You have to understand, we all walk through the hallways and hear bits and pieces, hear screeches and scratches, and we always wonder what tonight is going to be like. But I can tell you from experience, and I think a lot of you here, if you've had other children who've gone through or came through the winter concert, that you know that they put it together very well. Again, the orchestra is under Miss Horn. We're glad to have her on staff here. And we are going to begin this evening with the 6th grade orchestra, so let's give them a round as they come up.
Good evening and welcome to the orchestra concert, the Spring 2014 Orchestra Concert. My name is Miss Horn, and I am so proud to present the 6th grade orchestra. They have worked, they put in so much effort. It's phenomenal to see. Just the amount of dedication that they put in, it's really, I hope you can hear it. Since the last concert, they have improved tremendously with their sound. As you can see, their posture has also improved a little bit, hopefully. And they're using more bow, and they're doing a lot more really advanced techniques, such as hooked bowings and things like that, which are not your run-of-the-mill techniques for 6th grade orchestra, which is really impressive. The next piece that we will be doing is one of our toughest pieces. It's German Dance. It's a piece by Beethoven, and it was originally actually written for piano. And there are lots of repeats and things like that that the students have to be really aware of where they are in the music, otherwise they can get completely lost very easily, and they're doing a really good job with it. So, without further ado, German Dance. see, but that required a very difficult technique to do. You saw the violins going back and forth between strings and the violas going back and forth between strings. That requires an extraordinary amount of coordination, which they have all attained, which is really fantastic. The next piece is also actually by Beethoven, but this is a totally different feel. This piece is sort of Ode to Joy, but it's a little bit different. So the melody's kind of hidden and woven in what you'll hear, and it's an absolutely gorgeous piece. I hope you enjoy. While we are transitioning for the next group of people, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about this next group and the many amazing opportunities these students have been given thanks to administration, thanks to the staff here at Fisher Middle School. We were able to build into the schedule for this year special elite groups, the cream of the crop. And they were hand-selected students who are the top students in all grade levels. 6th grade, this is 6th grade honors in front of you. We have a 7th grade symphony orchestra, which many of you hopefully have heard at the winter concert, and also an 8th grade symphony orchestra, which combines with the top students in band as well. So before you is 6th grade honors. This is their premiere 6th grade honors. We are doing one piece by ourselves, and they are doing a very difficult piece with 7th grade orchestra. So please enjoy 6th grade honors, Return of the Warriors. Grade honors, that was awesome. Good job. That was a really tremendously difficult piece, yeah. It has something in it called counterpoint, where there are many different parts going on at the same time. They all relate to each other in a certain way, but none of them are really similar. So it's very much, you have to know your part and know it solidly. And they did a tremendous job on that piece. Good job. The group that's coming in, filtering in very carefully with their instruments, is 7th grade orchestra. And they are joined by 6th grade honors for one of our combined pieces called Brandenburg Concerto No. 5. Enjoy. All right, thank you, 6th grade honors. Good job. That piece is certainly not 6th grade material, and they did a phenomenal job. Good job, 6th grade. The next piece is just with regular 7th grade orchestra, no extra business. This piece is probably something you will recognize. You might not recognize the title, but it's a very, very, very famous tune. It's a tune by Tchaikovsky, who wrote a ton of music, and this is actually a waltz from one of his ballets from Sleeping Beauty, so enjoy. This next piece is tons of fun. We have 10 cellists joining us on stage for this, we call it maybe a spectacle. It's a really, really awesome piece of music. It's written for a cello solo, sort of, except we decided to do soli, which means a cello section. And we have our 8th grade cellists on stage. We have all of our 7th grade cellists on stage. And we have someone you may recognize as a math teacher, Mr. Lee. So as the cellos get situated, this piece of music is really, really tricky. It is not for someone who is just starting the cello. And we have been blessed with a really, really awesome 7th grade orchestra. The core of the orchestra is very strong, but especially our cellos are just phenomenal. So we decided, well, I decided to showcase them in this amazing piece of music, which is going to feature all of our 7th and 8th grade cellists and Mr. Lee. Enjoy. Thank you guys so much, cellos. They worked so hard on that. That's like a concerto. It's a very virtuosic piece of music. 8th grade cellos, thank you very much. Mr. Lee, thank you very much. It had a lot, yeah. There's a fan club, apparently. That piece involves a lot of coordination, a lot of extra care. It's much harder than a regular orchestra part. It has a lot of shifting, which is not normally seen in a 7th and 8th grade orchestral part. It had a lot of pizzicato, which is plucking, but not just plucking with the right hand, which usually happens, but plucking with the left hand, and then bowing, alternating back and forth. It takes a lot of coordination to do that, and they did a phenomenal job. Good job, cellos! Good job! The last piece of music that the 7th grade orchestra will be performing is called Dance of the Tumblers. And it is a very, very difficult piece to put together. And each section has their own thing. Their totally own melody or rhythmic figure. And it's a very high level piece. And they are doing such an excellent job. So, without further ado, Dance of the Tumblers, or like we call it, At the Frog. The group that is before you is 8th grade orchestra. This is a very special group. This was my first group as I arrived here at Fisher Middle School 3 years ago. This was my first batch of 8th graders. and it is just so amazing to see how much they have grown musically, emotionally, mentally. It's just phenomenal. And we are doing some really killer music. The first piece of music, if you are a fan of PBS or BBC, you might know the show Downton Abbey, possibly. This is the theme song from Downton Abbey, which is surprisingly difficult to play. There's a lot of syncopation, which means things that are off the beat. So if I put my hand down, they're actually playing after I put my hand down, which is very hard a concept to get. And the next piece after that is, we're taking it down a notch a little bit, it's a tango. And it will feature Leon Tai on violin. The piece after that will be Arabian Dreams, which will feature Megan Jenkins on violin. We have 2 violin solos this evening. And our last piece, well, we'll save that for later. But without further ado, Downton Abbey. This next piece of music is called Arabian Dreams, and it has incredibly complex modalities in it, meaning that it doesn't sound like your normal do, re, mi, sol. It's not always bright and cheery. There are lots of augmented sounds in it, so it sounds very, very different than our traditional Western music, and you'll know what I'm talking about in a minute when you hear it. It should transport you mentally to the Middle East. We're trying to picture that right now as we feature Megan Jenkins on the violin. Here we go, Arabian Dreams. Madison, can you hold up the tissue box, please? This last piece is a very emotional piece. It's very, very beautiful, and they are playing it absolutely gorgeously well, and their goal is to make me cry. They might just achieve that. This is After the Rain, dedicated to the 2014 graduating class of FMS. It has been such an honor to teach these talented kids. Let's give another round of applause for these kids. Sorry, I forgot to make them stand up. I'm so verklempt. I'm gonna miss these guys. While we are setting up, taking a moment to set up, I wanted to thank all the administration, all the staff. I see Dr. Ishibashi, the assistant superintendent here. My supervisor, Brian Biddings, who is retiring this year. Congratulations. Barb Brower, who is our principal here at FMS. And I wanted to thank all of the staff for letting me pull students during their classes for lessons. I truly appreciate it. 1000%, this couldn't happen without that and without your support. So I just want to give a round of applause to all administration, all staff. Thank you so much. I also wanted to take a moment to thank Mr. Apgar. Mr. Apgar has been working with the band portion of the symphony that you see before you, as well as Mr. Silipino and Mr. Price. They've been working very hard to put this together for us. So the first two movements, first two pieces that you will hear will be two movements from a suite that's actually taken from an opera. Many of you know that I love opera. Please, between these pieces, we would appreciate if you did not applaud. I will try to do one of these, so you know. Without further ado, this is the suite from Tannhauser. in 7th and 8th grade have fundraised enough money so we can go to Six Flags Great Adventure for our Music in the Parks performance. On that note, we are super, super excited. We just ordered the t-shirts today. We're so excited. On that note, if one of your children is going on this trip, please make sure that you turn in the forms by Friday. Thank you. And on that note, have a safe night. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Good night.
Good job, Mr.